one. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the first episode of Weeb Sh Wednesday, where me and maybe a special guest talk about a anime or manga that I've just decided needs my attention. Today, I got Roxxie. Hello, Roxxie.
Hi.
Okay,
How's it going?
it's going good. I finished JoJo's Bizarre Adventure part 1 today.
hmm
The fuck did I read?
It was a wild ride, that's for sure.
Well, I knew it was gonna be out there. I knew it was gonna be outlandish and crazy, but there were some parts where I was like, oh fuck, this got
Yeah,
this got dark.
it did.
Like
It
the one scene where Dio's like, I will let your child survive, but you should be part of my army. Turns the mom into a fucking vampire and she just eats the baby's face.
Yeah, that I was like, come on, man, that's fucked up.
Yeah, I put my phone down for a second and I was like, I can't. I gotta step away from that because that fucked me up royally.
Yeah, that was yeah. I watched those episodes at work too today. Like it was so slow, so I had the last couple episodes just playing while I was at work, and I was like, damn, I hope no one was like looking over my shoulder or something watching this chick just murder a child.
You know what? There's a lot of weirder things that you could explain.
Yeah,
I feel like this is a lot more. Like I said, it's a lot more outlandish than what I thought because I knew it was going to be crazy. I knew it was going to be something that I would have to go in with not expecting the most serious anime manga ever. But
hmm
there were some plot points where I was like, where? What do you guys smoke? Please tell me. I need to know which trade you guys are on. Because this is
Yeah,
some backwoods shit.
from all of the memes that I've seen of it too, I feel like that Phantom Blood was the most tame out of all of the arcs. Cause I've seen some pretty wacky looking memes
Right,
from
right,
like Stardust Crusaders and stuff like that, especially.
right. And all I hear is like, is that a JoJo reference? Is that a JoJo reference? And reading the first part, I was like, does it get more wild than this? Like,
Yeah, it
is
has
this tame?
to. I don't get it. It's a lot.
So let's just go through the entire fucking part because there's a lot of shit to cover with this. And
Yeah.
what seemed like a short read, because for me it was only 42 chapters.
hmm
I don't know how many episodes of the manga there was or anime.
Um,
Jesus.
there was 9 episodes for Phantom Blood. So shorter than a normal like, you know, season I guess for anime for like smaller ones, but um a decent chunk of my life has now gone after watching that. So,
But do you really regret it in all seriousness?
I mean, not really, but
You
you
could
know,
always
I
watch something stupider. Remember that.
yeah,
Remember
I know.
Bobobo was up for competition before
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, and I almost said yes, but then I saw that there was 76 episodes and I said, "You know what? No, thank you." I can
I
maybe stand 13 episodes, maybe 24, but not 76.
I may have forgot that there was that many episodes of Bobobo because it has been fucking 14 years since I've watched that.
Yeah, I only was able to stomach like the first 2 episodes.
You gotta
So
have a certain tick of the tism to be able to watch that show and be like, I can sit through this.
yeah, I'm not one of them.
So okay, all right, we're gonna start from the very beginning. So
Okay.
it opens up with JoJo's dad getting into a carriage wreck.
Mhm.
Which I like how we portrayed Dio's father as a piece of shit, and we know he's a piece of shit.
Mhm.
Like it's not hinted at, oh, he was such a great person. He was so wonderful. Nah, dude was a fucking drunk.
Yeah.
And Dio was even like, yeah, my dad's a drunk, and I don't want to end up like him.
Which he didn't, I guess.
No, but it's not like he has
Plus.
a. Yeah, we have small pluses on this. They're not exactly big, but we take the wins where
Small.
we can get in this.
Yeah.
And then we just see Dio getting favored over JoJo the entire growing up scenes in the manga. Which
That pissed me off so much, honestly.
really why?
Well, it's like, okay, so what? Your son that you've raised for like what, 16, 17 years from a baby, your own blood, you know. He so what? He's got to learn his manners a little bit. And then some jack off comes in, like you've known him for like a day. Sure, you think his dad saved your life, but like you literally didn't know these people at all. And then here comes this guy, and you're just like, "Oh yes, you're my number one true son. I love you so much. You're so much better than my real son." Like it just pissed me off. I'm like, "Dude, for real?" And like you're not even gonna believe what your own son says and be like, "Hey, Dio just like threw my dog in the furnace." And you're just gonna be like, "Oh no, you're overreacting, son. He did no such thing." Like,
No, you were a
it
dick to
just
that dog to begin with, man. So I wouldn't be surprised if that was you.
yeah, like it was just fucked, man.
Yeah, I
I
read
didn't
that.
like it.
I didn't think they would go that far as to throw a dog in the furnace.
See, I read the very first issue of JoJo's, and then that's when I decided if I ever like tackle this series, I want to watch this because I can't simply cannot read the action that's going on right now. But I do remember seeing that poor dog, and I was like, "Oh god damn!" I was not expecting the dog to die and all this shit.
No, I thought it was going to be we have this fun pet companion the entire arc. We should be
Nope,
prepared to see him all time. No,
no,
no. Oh
no.
no, boo boo. We didn't see that.
We're like, "Oh, whoop, bye, Danny." See you later.
And of course, you know, it would not be a Shonen Jump story without some sort of mythical inner working power.
See, yeah, I was thinking about this. Like, this story is supposed to take place in like what, the 1880s?
Yeah, close to the 1800s and that general time
Yeah,
period.
all of these like things going on, and I know like it wasn't the Dark Ages, but like no one was like, "Holy shit, this guy's like a demon or like a witch. Like he's practicing Satanism with these powers. Like this is insane."
It doesn't
Like
phase anybody. Like nobody even
it
notices
like,
it.
nobody cares, like, we care about Dio because he's a monster and he's got his zombies, but, like, JoJo having, like, lightning coming from his hands, like, no one questions that. We're cool
Or,
with that. That's
or
fine.
we got people
Lightning hands
running,
are cool.
but God forbid
Yeah.
somebody, like God forbid a woman read. That's witchcraft. Guy shoot lightning
Yeah,
out of his
that's
hands. Hmm. Well,
oh,
we'll
no,
just
we're cool. It's
let
fine.
let him live his best life over there.
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
he could do more damage than the woman reading. So let's go for the easier target here.
Yeah, and, like, his girlfriend never said anything either. She, like, never questioned it. She was never
Amen.
like, "Hey, what's this, like, Hammond shit that you got coming out of your hands? Like, what is that?" Like, she never asked. She's just like, "Oh, dear. My dear is so strong.
Oh,
What a
Jojo.
himbo."
Oh, my handsome man is just fighting demons and big old baddies. He's such
"Oh,
a
yeah,
cutie.
it's just an everyday occurrence. It's fine." Like, "Oh, okay. Cool."
That creeped me out a little bit when we seen JoJo and what was her name? Arena? Ar-
Arena, yeah, Arena, I think, yeah.
yeah, Arena was probably the best way that I could pronounce that. Creep me out when we get this, you know, love arc of them starting to fall in love, do a little couple shit, and then Dio's like, I'm gonna just force her down and kiss her.
That
I thought that was gonna go a completely different way, and I was so ready to just put my phone down for a hot minute.
I honestly laughed. The whole first, like, 2 episodes, I was trying not to laugh and, like, take it kinda seriously because it's just so ridiculous, and I was with you in that same thing. Like, I was expecting so much more. I was like, oh shit, things are going down. And he's like, but your first kiss, that was with me, Dio. I'm like, oh, just a kiss, huh? All
Oh,
right. It's
okay.
like,
Well,
oh, anticlimactic. Okay.
I mean,
Cool.
if this is as far as we're going, I'm cool with this. But
It's like, well, he can't be that bad of a guy. I mean, like, he's not gonna go
oh,
that far. But,
I
if he makes a woman eat her child later on. So I don't know why we had to put that weird morality there of
yeah,
like
that was
not
kind of weird.
stepping
That
over that line.
yeah, that was kind of weird. That's where the morality stops. Like it's just a kiss. Like,
Yeah.
but we're gonna go further on, and it just gets the bar just gets progressively lower, fam. Doesn't
Yeah,
go higher.
it's, it's so odd.
And the third person talking for Dio is something about it just bothered my core. Every time it showed him in a new page or a new chapter, it was like, I am Dio. Yes, yes, we
Yeah.
know.
One of my biggest pet peeves, honestly, for most shows that really take me out of the show is everybody narrating everything that happens all the time. And there were so many fight scenes. I was like, oh, he blocked it because of this, and then he's going to do this. And then it happens. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe he did that. And it's like, okay, this is all right. Let me just like watch it and see it happen. Like, I don't need you to like give me a play by play, like in words. I can see it, I can watch it. Like,
That's why I'm here, fam.
yeah, I
It
just,
falls under the common anime trope of announcing the attack before it happens.
and I hate that.
You and you and a select group, because apparently there's a group of people that are like, oh, I can't believe he announced the Kamehameha or this and that. And I'm like, yeah, but you're kind of giving them a one up.
Yeah.
Like if they're halfway across the field and you're like, Gallic gun, just step to the side. You have
Yeah.
time.
Like, all the times there was a few times when JoJo said to Dio, like, exactly what he was going to do, and then Dio was still like, "Oh, I can't believe it," and he still gets, like, kicked in the face or something, like, "Bro, he literally told you 5 minutes before he hit you that he was going to hit you in this way, and you've done nothing about it."
And it still just amazes the shit out of you. Like, oh,
He's
he did
he's
this.
like,
How
"I
dare he?
can't believe you've done this."
Everybody else is
Like,
like, bro, he announced it. Or okay, if we're gonna go on the calling the attacks, whenever somebody punched Dio and they got their arm frozen,
yeah, nobody would, like, piece 2 and 2 that, like, "Hey, listen." If we touch him, we're gonna get frozen. Nobody realized that that's just what happens.
yeah, like we seen somebody try and do that before, and his arm went poof.
Yeah.
So what makes it think you're gonna do something different by another punch?
It's like maybe this time, and then it's still just exactly the same, and yeah.
That
Or the one that
I've
I thought
realized
was,
I realized it does a lot of maybe this time it'll work.
yeah, like shit, I just lost it. Oh yeah, the the guy when later on, like the Baron's buddy or whatever that moves in slow motion and like flies. He did the exact same move like on JoJo during meeting him and then on like Dio, and I thought it was just the funniest thing because it's like, okay, this guy is clearly a one-hit wonder. Like this is the only thing he knows.
Yeah, I didn't
Is
see him
just
lasting long whatsoever.
not yeah. I thought it was just hilarious. And also, but he's really freaking tough if he can shatter into like 1,000 pieces and still somehow have the strength to throw a rose with his teeth.
That was pretty badass. I seen that. I'm like,
That
okay, you do got
that
some
was
moves.
impressive. Yeah.
The art style of this entire series is wonderful because you don't have any like small people, like small
Mhm.
built characters. They're all just big himbo guys.
Yeah.
Like have the 24 pack.
I mean, I'm gonna say it. JoJo's it's a little gay. Like You got these big ass bara himbos, and they're just like they're trying to be relatively attractive, and all these I don't know. It's just I get very much like gay vibes from it.
You get the vibes of this was made for a specific audience,
Yeah, it's
a
like, and I
very
I
specific audience.
this is getting a little too specific here, man.
Like you guys got some major muscle definition, even
It's
with
like,
like three layers of clothes on. We're getting real specific on that muscle definition, my guy.
yeah, it's just a little odd.
But I wasn't like I said in Discord. I wasn't exactly disappointed with what I read, but this would be one of those I'm only gonna read if we continue doing this. I'm not gonna go out of my
Yeah,
way to do this more or like
if
read
I'm
that
like,
more.
yeah, if I'm like bored one day, I might like pick up the next part of it or start it or something, but I don't know. I'm curious to kind of just like go in the middle somewhere
Just
and
kind of see where
watch
the
it
story's
there.
at.
Yeah, cause like, does it follow the same story with Fight and Dio and his monsters, or does it go through different, like, villains and, like, totally
I
different plot lines?
From what I can take, because I obviously I did a little bit of research after I finished part one, as I posted in Discord, looking at that video to see if there was a lot of differences. So when we came to this, it was like, oh, what about this part? I have no fucking idea what you're talking about, bro.
Yeah.
So I did a little bit of research, and I guess the entire series goes down the JoJo bloodline.
Mhm.
So uh, I think it's different variations, different time periods
M'kay.
is what I picked up from my little bit of research I did. So I think I'm gonna do the same thing as you do, kind of just pick apart and be like, all right, let's
Mhm.
see where this goes.
I'd say I'd probably start next with Stardust Crusaders, cause that's all I hear people talk about, is
Real,
that
which one
particular
is that?
yeah. I think that's the one that has all the most iconic, like, JoJo looks that, like, when you think of JoJo, you think of those outfits and those appearances. I'm pretty sure that's that one, but that's all I actually really hear about.
Oh, that's only part three. So
Yeah.
fuck it. If I'm gonna read part three, I might as well read part two just so I can. If there happens to be callbacks or something, I'm not like, well, what the fuck is this? What are they talking about here?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna address chat real quick so they won't put me on the fucking crucifix here. Mr. Tiny, Panda Eric, Camarama, it is good to see all of you. Yeah, I mean it's got to be good if it's going on part 6. It's either real good or the memes are real great.
I say
Yeah.
it's the memes.
I think it's the memes too cuz every time I go to anime Reddit and anime Twitter or anime Facebook pages, there's
Mhm.
JoJo meme, JoJo meme, something I have no idea what the hell it is cuz I don't put that much time into researching animes two that are 2 chapters long made by some dude in his basement. JoJo meme, JoJo meme, JoJo meme. So it's got to
Yeah.
be somewhat good.
Yeah.
But again, we're going off the first part, which was only 9 episodes and 42 chapters. So there wasn't exactly a lot to go off of here.
No. That was a very small portion of the whole big picture.
Right. And if it's a giant picture, I will happily go more into it. But the story building, the announcing the attacks, really the only thing that kind of really caught my eye was the art style.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Love the art style on it. I really like more stylized shows that don't do like the stereotypical like this is an anime guy, this is an anime girl. Ones that are a little bit like kind of
More
cooler with their
realistic.
art style. Not even realistic, just different, you know. And that was definitely a different art style. Especially looking at a lot of the female characters too when you get later on in the series. I've seen some of them. They're not your typical like anime girl character. I mean, they're also absolutely jacked and like 6'8",
Yes.
like muscle mommy,
Yes.
and it's it's nice seeing that just something different.
Instead of the tiny little ooh woo girls that we see all the
Yeah,
time in every single
which
anime.
would be really fucking funny to see one just beat Dio's ass, but
Oh, dude, have like
it's
this tiny 4'3" girl go up against this 7'9" dude and just
mhm,
completely beats his ass.
yeah.
Like no stop or nothing, just completely hauls off and busts him.
Yeah, it would be hilarious, but oh, I'd like that part where what's his face? The little kid, Paco or whatever, when his
Yeah.
sister like slapped him, I was like, "Oh, you gonna get your ass ate, chick."
And you come to find out she did not. The little
She did
kid
not.
the little kid decided to be a hero, then got kicked right in the fucking dome piece.
Yep.
I not gonna lie, I might have laughed louder than I should have when I seen that. I'm gonna be a hero. Tomorrow is today. Boom!
Yeah.
I did a good job, kid. You you
Yes,
have
you
you have a
did,
concussion.
Paco.
You have a
Yeah,
concussion, my guy.
here's your participation trophy. Thank you for your service.
That that prophecy scene when I don't remember the trainer's name. He has that weird checkered hat, and
Mhm. Yeah.
I got told a prophecy by an old master of mine. So we see the prophecy, and it is right on the motherfucking
I
nose.
know.
There was no
It's like
nuance. There was no tiny, like, in an area far away. Room smells like death. Okay. Man chained to wall. Okay. You're gonna die. Fuck. Okay, thanks for telling me the entire plot of what's gonna happen next. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
We couldn't have done this, like, very beginning of when we met him, not right as the scene is happening.
I know. Yeah. Well, that's they like to do that too. That's how like I think it's kind of a lazy writer technique of like just to make a scene more interesting, we're gonna save all these important details and release them right before the scene and just like have these little montages instead of like, having nice actual character introductions and like, learning about them and developing and growing with them. We throw it in right there just because, we've got nothing else better to do.
Right. I feel like this show really did not do a great job with pacing.
No.
We really didn't have time to build with the characters to sort of figure out who they are. It was like, here's a character, boom, fight scene. Here's a character, boom, fight scene. Here's story. Oh, whoa, hold on, whoa. I just got here.
Yeah.
I just opened the chapter. Where did all this come from?
Yeah. I mean, even characters I feel like Speedwagon and stuff never really got any proper way to like be like, "Okay, yeah, let's get to know this character. Let's enjoy the time this character has in the scene." They're just kind of like, "Well, I'm here now." And that was it. There was nothing more.
Right. We got no introduction, and all we got from Speedwagon is basically him being like, I'm such a sad boy. I can't do anything.
I didn't
There's
like him at all.
no, neither did I. I seen what they were trying to do with him as a character, but god damn was it annoying.
Yeah, he was just not a very interesting or overall helpful character, and I definitely could have done without him.
And you know he was just there to be like, I want to help. I want to help you guys. I want to do something. Then do it.
Mhm.
Then
Yeah.
fucking do something.
It's like, bro, even the child did something, and you just sat there and
In
just like,
every scene he had tears coming down his face.
yeah. Oh, the other scene where I was like, okay, this is made for a very, very specific audience was when the Baron got his arm frozen. And and like I had a suspicion that I knew where this was going, but it was just so intense and I laughed because it was so intense and so serious. where Speedwagon, like, rips open his shirt and, like, presses the Baron's arm to his bare
Oh
chest.
yeah. Oh yeah.
And in the anime, of course, everybody is screaming. And so, Speedwagon is, like, screaming and yelling like, "I learned this from, like, the Vikings," or whatever, "This is how they kept warm." And the Baron is like, "He's using his body heat to melt my arm." And it was so I just laughed because it was way too intense for what it was. And I'm like, I feel like they're trying to cover up the fact that this is very much a gay moment.
Yeah. Yeah, you got two men pressed up against each other for body heat.
It's like they're trying to not make it weird or something, but we all know it's so very weird. There's
It's
there's no saving it.
no, no, there's really not. And this I think that's another thing that JoJo's Bizarre Adventure kind of topples over everything else is they take themselves so seriously, but they also know it's a joke in
Yeah.
hindsight.
Well, like in the first episode, and this honestly made me think that it was gonna be kind of a gag. Like I was like, okay, so it is kind of a meme anime. Was when Dio first came to the manor. Now you read it, so it was maybe a little different. But in the anime, when he comes out of his carriage, he does a fucking backflip, strikes a pose, and like glitter is everywhere. And he's like, and I'm Dio, and I'm like, what the actual fuck?
Nope, he
And like.
they did the exact same thing in the manga. I was like, "Oh, so he's that kind of character."
Like,
Gotcha.
I see. And the purpose of this entrance was?
I I mean, he's a flashy character throughout the entire thing. He does everything balls to the wall,
Oh, yeah,
but
but
that entrance was
it was
again, again the specific audience we keep bringing up just gets
yeah,
shown
it's like
more and more.
mhm. Yeah. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, of course. We like a little gay moment every now and then, but yeah, not not entirely what I was anticipating for that kind of show.
I mean, okay. Okay, I understand where you're coming from, but if you have, I get most animes have big muscle guys. I
Mhm.
understand that. That's an anime trope. We're not gonna act like it's not. But my sister in Christ, we have 6'7" big muscular guys constantly rubbing up against each other. They're
Yeah, well, I suppose. Still though, like, I don't know. It was one of those that, like, I always thought was like, "Oh, this is like this is stereotypical, like, guys anime," with Dragon Ball and all them, and, I mean, Dragon Ball's got your own, like, oily, shiny muscle men too. Like, all
yeah.
them dudes are freaking shiny as hell, like, they just slathered themselves with coconut oil and like, "Oh, yes, let's go suntan in the Kamehameha," or something, like.
Looks like a 90s wrestling match.
Yeah, but I don't know. We like
Eh,
it though. I'm here for it.
I, if there's a good story, even if it's wacky as shit, I'm all for it. You
Yeah.
know, I it may have its moments where the pacing kind of sucks and the characters have no characterization at all.
Mhm.
I'm still here for it because even JoJo, I felt the main character didn't really have anything beyond being heart of gold, courage,
Yeah,
able to
did
smash any learning curve thrown his way.
I was not really, like, rooting for him at all. Like, I wasn't against him, but I was just like, I feel nothing for this character.
And
Like,
I
it's
think
like
that's another problem that this arc suffered from is again
mhm.
pacing and characterization. We got Jack Diddley shit
Yeah.
as character building because the main
Yeah.
character we were even like, why? Why should I
Mhm.
care? What conflict is he facing beyond Dio?
Yeah.
And then at the end, they both die.
Well, I don't think Dio died. Let's be real. Did he really
Uh,
die? I doubt it. I fucking doubt it.
you know, I say I doubt it too, and maybe one of the main reasons I want to keep going. Because I thought
Yeah.
how JoJo died was such a crock of shit. Ah,
Yeah.
we had the man jump out with my head. Boom, lasers through the neck. Dead.
Mhm.
Gone.
Yep.
So I was like,
Dead.
that's how we're gonna kill off the main character, not in some big epic battle or in a moment of triumph. Nope. Lasers through the neck.
Yeah. See, and another thing I guess that would fall into like the characterization and stuff. Everybody was like yelling about how powerful Dio was. But if you think about it, we never really saw it that much. Like, okay, he was like a vampire, right? Okay. Like made zombies and other vampires. Okay, yeah, that's just kind of what vampires do. I mean, that's nothing special. And
Right.
then you touch him and you insta freeze. Okay, I guess that's kind of new. But and then at the very, very end, we get laser eyes or whatever. Like, that's kind of all we get. And compared to like what everybody else is doing, like compared to like the fights between Bluford and Tarkus and JoJo, you're like, holy shit, okay, these guys are really fucking strong. You get that, and then, but you only get like, oh, don't touch me or you'll get frostbite from Dio. Like, I don't know. It just was kind of like, how are you going to make me believe that this guy is so freaking strong when this is all we see him do?
Yeah, or we just see him doing the fancy poses every single
Yeah.
time. Doing the
It's like,
fancy
okay,
poses, doing
cool.
the backwards leaning. I was like, wow.
Yeah. It's like, cool. I can do that too, bro. That's not special.
The only redeeming quality he had was the frostbite thing. That was the only thing I was like, all right, that's new. Ain't
Hmm.
seen that before.
Yeah.
I could take that. Why was the most interesting fight we had in the entire series between two characters that we only got for maybe 6, 7 scenes or 6, 7
Yeah.
chapters? The two warriors? That was the most
Yeah.
interesting fight, the entire thing.
Yes. I want more of them actually. That whole lore that they had, I felt so bad for them. Like learning about like what happened to them in the living world, getting betrayed and tricked and stuff. And then here comes Dio, does kind of like the same thing. I almost cried when JoJo like brought Bluford kind of like back consciousness right before he died, and Bluford was like, "Damn man, this isn't what I wanted. This isn't me." And I was like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna fucking cry, man." And then he had
And
this
he's like,
nice peaceful, yeah. I
take
was
my
like,
sword.
"Bro."
Thanks for doing this. Here's my sword. I was like, oh, my
I
home.
was invested in that little plot line. I wanted more of that, but nope.
I,
Nope.
yeah, I wish we got more of deep lore like that.
Yeah.
But we get Jack the Ripper.
Yeah. I was like,
Uh,
great.
yeah, awesome, cool. So we're just gonna take a famous serial killer from the 1800s, and that's gonna be Dio's right
Yep.
hand man beside the guy he bought poison from. Hmm.
Yep. Mhm. Like, okay.
So glad we're figuring out our characterization here. Koala, what's up, fucker? Come in here.
That's also kind of an odd thing too, I guess. Like he has these two super crazy powerful warriors, right? Completely totally dedicated to him. And you're not going to have those two fight beside you, like right beside you as like you're my right-hand man now. You're going to pick some Jack the Ripper dude instead. Like, I don't know. That didn't really. I was like, okay.
There's just way too much you could pick apart from this, where you
I
could think
know.
they could have taken these characters and kind of gave them more of a push instead of the
Mhm.
back burner, which really
Yeah.
really irritated me because once I seen Jack the Ripper, I was like, oh, you're gonna make him a main baddie, ain't you? Sure as
Mhm.
shit. 2 chapters or that same chapter. Would you like to be my right hand man to go after these women? Called it.
Mhm. Yeah.
Fucking called it.
Yeah.
But ooh, that's my remote. I'm hoping since the series is continuously going and we're getting more and more chapters, I'm hoping they work on the pacing. so much more.
Yeah, that would be nice.
I think that's my main problem with it is how fast everything happened, and we got zero story to go along with it.
Yeah, because it was just kind of odd, like getting to the end of it, and I feel like we did like a shitload of absolutely nothing with just how everything was laid out.
Yeah, we got a bunch of fight scenes, got a lot of dialogue, but in the end, you get to the last chapter and you see JoJo's wife and the baby just sailing in the casket, and you're like, wait, hold on, whoa, what?
It's like, oh, we're done now. Okay.
We're here already?
Yeah,
I just got invested. I was on 41. I got invested. What? Wait, what? Main character
yeah.
dies.
Like, bye.
And my issue is I have more cons about this than I have pros.
Hmm.
And if you go to the end of an anime or the end of a manga and you have more cons than pros, it's going to be a drag continuing on.
Yeah.
Cuz
And
I just finished Naruto and my pros and cons were about 50-50, but after I got to ship it in, I was like, that cons list just shot right the fuck up. So cool. I'm ready for the
yeah.
rest of it.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, Sasuke doesn't, or not Sasuke. Kakashi doesn't die.
Hmm.
I just may have jumped to conclusions.
Oh, well, good. I would
Well,
die.
well, I was reading it and they're like, "Oh, we can sense everybody's chakra. What about Kakashi?"
Oh
Gotcha.
no.
Okay. I was like, "Oh no, not my boy. Don't do that to my
Yeah.
boy."
Yeah. God,
But it
I would cry.
but then it suffered from plot armor
Mm.
where no yeah. I talked about it last week on a buddies of mine podcast, and I said I was going to read JoJo's for this, and he's like, "Be prepared for tons of plot armor."
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh god.
Yeah.
So I mean, if we do this again, I would definitely do it, but if it's not, like if we don't, I'm not going to go out of my way. Really.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't either. But I don't know. Like I said, it's kind of one of those, like, if I'm bored and I have nothing else to do and I feel like wasting some hours, I might watch more. But it's not one that I'm like super hyped to continue.
Right. And that sucks because I was kind of excited for it because you see all these people talk about it all the time.
Hmm.
So you're like, "Oh, this must be, top tier godlike anime." And then you finish that and you're like, "What are y'all talking about here?" So it might
Yeah.
get better as it goes on. It might suffer from that, which if it does, kind of shitty, but
Yeah. Like I said, I might try to watch the Stardust Crusader arc. Just because, like I said, I always see that plot strip storyline is all that I usually ever see about it. So,
I know when I played games like Shonen Jump and anything involving JoJo characters, I see the floating people behind them,
hmm,
and that's what I want.
yeah,
Like
because I was confused. I was like, where are all these stands that people are talking about? I see no stands.
I see no big muscle men like spirit apparitions following people.
Yeah,
Where are
where are
they
the
at? That's what
ghosts?
I'm here for.
Yeah. Where's the menacing lines, man? Where did they go?
So, if we're gonna, I honestly, this is probably coming to an end because, like I said, it wasn't a very long chapter. There wasn't a lot to talk about because what we
Hmm.
discussed was the main points.
Yep.
If you think I am joking, go read it or go watch the anime. We are not joking about half the shit that we have said here.
Yeah.
It's not very long. It's not. If I could give it an honest rating, I'd give it a 6 out of 10. Hard 6 out of 10.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
because it had its moments where it's like, okay, this is cool, and then the pacing hits, and I'm like, fuck this. Okay, all right, this is your guys' goal. Cool, I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm checking out.
Yeah.
All right, well, this was a fun 40 minutes shitting on an anime.
Yeah, we didn't really have a whole lot good to say about it, did we?
Well, like I said, if it was a lot longer and it had a lot of better shit, probably would have, but
Yeah.
you can't really talk that much about something that you really didn't stand out amongst the entire medium of entertainment.
Yeah.
So we might do this again. We might not. It all depends on if we can find something we both agree on. Because like I said, I brought up Bobos, but I didn't know it was that long. And I
Mhm.
can stand that much tism, but I don't know if anybody else can. So
Yeah, no, I could not. If you want something messed up, you could watch Panty and Stocking with Garter Belt. If you
you're gonna
want
have
a
to
real,
you're gonna have to send me the name of that.
yeah, it's fucking funny, but it's disgusting.
Yeah, girl, I if it's entertaining, I'll read it, I'll watch it, whatever. Like I told everybody in the Discord, I'm currently reading a hentai that has a great
Mm,
story, and the
yeah.
guy's going on an adventure just to buy a slave.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, no, that's where I'm at because he's sitting here talking to a slave trader, and of course this girl walks in, and it's a hentai, so obviously big anime titties,
Mhm.
as there should be, and the slave trader was like, "I'll give her to you for this amount," and he's like, "I don't even have that much." He said, "I'll give you
Mhm.
5 days." And the last line you see is, "I'm gonna go on an adventure to get the gold."
All right. He's dedicated. We like the dedication.
And I sat there looking at my phone. I was like, "He's really going on an adventure to buy a slave." Hmm.
It's like, what man on this earth would go on a 5-day life-threatening journey just to buy you from a slave trader?
It's dedication. I'll give him that. But I have a feeling it's just gonna get weird.
Oh, of course, of
And I'm not
course.
talking like Goblin Slayer weird.
More like Goblin Cave weird?
Ooh. I still have yet to come back from the first episode of Goblin Slayer. Still have yet still have yet to do that.
I hear a lot of people talking about that. Imma have to look that up.
Is that coming? Wait, is it coming back? I haven't heard fuck all about it.
Bro, I'm on some really weird shit sides of TikTok and Facebook. I see memes.
Oh. Okay. All right. That
I've s
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Anime TikTok and anime Twitter I try and stay away from cuz they are some of the most go for the throat if you don't agree with their opinion people. So
Mhm.
I try and fuck off from those sides of social media.
Yeah. I'm there for the memes. I don't say anything. I don't dare speak my opinion.
I, I don't dare go against the grain with these people.
Yeah, no, we just sit and watch.
They are brutal.
Yeah.
Like the One Piece stands are fucking insane. Those are
Oh, yeah.
people. Those are one people like I will sit and watch y'all argue, but I'm gonna stay in the back seat and I'm just gonna watch y'all go back and forth about whether Luffy's new power is placed right. Let me remind you, this is
Yeah.
an entire show based around a man who can stretch his arm out, but let's go for anatomically correct here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Promise Neverland. I've heard about the Promise Neverland, but I've heard way too many people shit on it more than say good things about it.
I've actually seen a lot of people that like it. Um, the main thing that I think that there was just some things that happened in there that were kind of unexpected, like main characters dying or something. I've never seen it. I don't know. I get my knowledge from memes. But it seems really fucked.
I get
from
my
what
knowledge
I've
from
gathered.
memes. I love it.
Yeah. I do. All these shows that I see that I know about are all from either memes or thirst traps. There's no in between.
That's a weird two it's a weird two group of things to combine, my guy. Just gonna
Well, you
put
know
that out there.
that one anime, I can't remember what it's called, but it's got the guy with white hair and he wears a black blindfold over his face. The one guy that's got like pink hair and kind of looks like Natsu, but he's got the black tattoos all over his face and he's got four eyes. Do you know what one I'm talking about? Starts with a
Uh,
K.
it's tip of my tongue. Tip of my tongue.
It's yeah, and it's in Japanese. The title is Japanese. It starts with a K. It's Kitijitsuke or something. I don't know.
Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah,
Yeah, Eric just
those 2
posted it in
guys.
chat.
Oh, okay. Yeah, those 2 guys, they're always like the center of thirst traps on TikTok.
It's weird. That's so
Oh yeah.
weird.
They made an NSFW figurine of the demon guy that looks like Natsu. I've seen it.
Why?
It's
Why?
fucked.
Why do you
I don't
people
know.
want this around your area?
I mean, I can understand why, but like
Well,
it was fucked.
some of those people like put them in their front rooms,
I
like
know.
like display it proudly.
I almost bought the Sephiroth one though. If it
Okay,
was a
but
little bit cheaper, I would've.
those statues cost a arm and a fucking leg.
Yeah, I think that NSFW Sephiroth statue is like $400, and I was like, "No,
Jesus.
thanks." I want it, but I don't want it that bad.
You might as well just buy a 3D printer and do it yourself.
It's like I could buy a real Sephiroth for that price.
No, those are hookers, Roxy. There's a
I
difference.
could get a hooker for $400.
We're going pricey, but we're not going too pricey. I
Exactly.
was gonna buy a. I know I'm not. I know I don't seem like the person that would buy figures, but there's a statue of Luffy in Gear 4. I was like, oh, that looks dope. $500. Fuck you, not that dope.
Yeah, they're expansive.
Fuck yeah, they are. I don't know why either. They're just action figures and stills.
I know.
I don't get like the giant Pikachu. Like the giant Pikachu you put together, I'd understand that being $500.
Mhm.
But like a tiny, I don't know, foot figurine, 500
Yeah.
bucks? Nope. Cool. I'm good on that.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I would like to say that I get my anime knowledge from memes, but I got a lot of buddies that watch the weird shit and they send it to me like, you gotta check this out. It's like, I don't think you understand how long my reading list is right now, my guy. It's not exactly short.
I'd be one of those buddies sending you the weird shit.
I'm gonna tell you like I tell everybody else. If you got shit, send it my way. I am all for it. So I'm always
Uh,
looking for weird shit to read.
you ever watch Gantz
Never
or
heard of it.
read Gantz? Okay,
Never heard
well,
of it.
that's some really fucking weird shit. I hate it. I have some very strong opinions about it. Maybe the manga is better, but go read that one.
Is
That's a
it
good
is
what
it
the
G
fuck one
A
to read.
N C E?
Gantz.
Of course it's spelled that way.
Yep,
Okay, all
it's
right.
fucked.
Jesus fucking Murphy. 383 chapters?
Oh, holy shit. I didn't know it was that fucking long.
Jesus Murphy.
Damn, might have to actually read that and give it a second chance. If it's that damn long, maybe I'll get some fucking answers.
Oh, wait, okay. So, just going off the description that the app I use is giving me, a couple of high school pupils, Masaru Kato and Kai Korono, are hit with a subway train in an effort to save the lifespan of a drunk homeless guy who'd fallen onto the tracks. Following their deaths, Kato and Korono find themselves transported to the middle of an unfurnished flat where they meet with a Gantz expert, Jericho Nishi, as well as other clueless players. Okay, so is it like a
So,
Hunger Games sort of thing?
kind of. What happens is these group of people who have recently died are teleported into this plane that I can describe only as like it's in between like the demon realm and the human realm. Um like, and they are all teleported into this realm, into this room, and this room has a big sphere. This big sphere gives them out these missions. It says that they need to go catch quote unquote aliens and send them back home, which they're just straight up killing these creatures. Um, but they need to go out and do this, um, and then if they get like enough points by completing these games as they're called, then they can go back to the living world like for real. In the meantime, they're like still alive, like the sphere will send them back to Earth alive and they're still continuing their lives as a real person, but like every night until they can like achieve their freedom, they go back to this realm to kill these monsters. And it's very much shock horror gore. Um, it took me a while to get through it just because of like how messed up it was. Like the first episode alone like set the tone for the whole thing. And there was some fucked up shit going on just right off the bat. And yeah, it never really explained anything in the anime, so I'll have to look into maybe reading it because I'm still curious. I want to know what the fuck was going on. Um,
Well, it says
but
it says the manga's completed.
okay, yeah, I'll have to look into it because there's got to be more. If there's not more, I'm gonna be even more mad.
Okay, now the way that you're talking about it, it's going on the list. I mean, I don't know when I'm gonna get to it, but it's going on the list.
If you end up watching like the show and once you get to the end of it, you'll understand my frustration and confusion. Because that was, like, the worst ending I've ever seen for anything, and it was honestly unsettling, like, I was deeply unsettled at the end of it, at that ending, I was like, "Wow, that's actually kind of fucking creepy, and why is still everything just out up in the air?"
Oh, it was one of those endings?
Kinda, yeah.
Oh. Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Nope, nope. I'm gonna read it because if I watch it, I'm gonna put my fist through the screen. I've
Yeah.
I've
I
had
mean,
enough I've had enough things do that to me where I'm like, I don't want to do that again. I don't want that pain.
yeah, and, like, yeah. The freaking dub too of the anime was awful. Fucking awful. Just yeah.
Where do you
Don't
sit on that dub versus sub argument?
I'll watch both. Um, I don't really care either way. I like dub because I can do other things like draw or, you know, crochet or do something while it's playing and I can still enjoy it. Um, and then I like the sub sometimes because it's simply sounds better. Because, you know, for Gantz, like, that English dub was awful. I should have switched it over to sub, but I was having a hard enough time paying attention, I didn't wanna have to, like, read and watch it at the same time. But
God, does the
there are
story like bounce
some
around that much?
not really, it's just, you know, I didn't wanna have to focus on it so hard that I had to read it and experience everything that was going on. Um, mind you, I watched this when I was like 14, 15. I was still pretty young when I watched this show. This was something that goes on the list of things I should not have watched at this age. So you know, it was some of it was a little tough for me to get through. Never having really delved into horror or gore shows before. So, this was one of the first ones like this that I had ever seen. um, which is not not good for young me who has never really experienced heavy gore before to see something like that, but
Right, and
it
then
happened.
you get thrown into something like that, and you're like, "Oh, this is a whole new world for
It's
me."
just like, wow, this is not whoa. Yeah. So,
It's kind of like watching Evil Dead when you're 10. Oh,
yeah.
that's a
Yep.
that's a lot of blood. That's a
Yep.
pencil through an ankle.
Yep.
I will now forever be desensitized from shit like this. Thank you.
Mhm. I can thank anime for most of my desensitization to things.
Oh, message boards. Message boards were the desensitization for me.
Yeah,
Like, well, I
browsing
just
of
want
4chan.
Oh, browse a little 4chan in the morning, see somebody get decapitated, and I got math first period. Let's go.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And you got to sit at the dinner table like, yeah, I just didn't watch that.
Yeah.
How was your day, honey? Well,
Mm, you don't want to know.
I'm trying to process what I seen, and I'm trying to eat my Cheerios
Mm,
here. So it's been a great day.
yeah, fucking Vietnam War flashbacks at age 10.
I still get like Vietnam War flashbacks from the BME Pain Olympics, Two Girls, One Cup, all the fun ones.
Yeah, see, didn't learn about most of that shit until like well after the fact that it already happened. So, but some of them I still have not watched because it's like, well, I know exactly what happens. Why do I need to see that? But like the Pain Olympics one, I didn't know about that until recently. That's one that avoided my
Avoid it.
knowledge.
Avoid it at
Oh,
all
I
costs.
I watched a whole video of like about what it was, and I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah,
We're good.
it's like if you know about the BME Pain Olympics and you've seen it, I am so sorry. How's therapy going for you? Is it working?
Yeah, yeah. We It's like I'm good. We're good. There's been enough other things that TikTok has told me about that I've like, hey, you know what? I do want to see that. And it's just like, actually, I did not.
Yeah, but the problem is like TikTok has this problem of blowing things way out of proportion when it's
Oh,
like
yeah.
when it's like a small video, but you have so many people like, I can't believe they did that. It's like,
The
you got to
Anka
realize
video.
the earlier era of the internet was a fucking trash fire, worse than it is now.
Yeah. The Anka video was the one that I thought was hilarious that everybody was freaking out over because I watched it. I'm like, wow, this is just regular ass porn. I mean, like, what are you freaking out over?
It's because it's so people think the internet is a clean space now. It's like, no, it was awful.
Yeah, no.
You can't look at a figurine in a jar without getting a little disgusted.
Yeah.
Like if you
Yeah.
if you want a guy that goes over shit like internet lore, Justin Wang does great videos on internet shit.
Yeah.
Watch his weird shit so you don't have to, and it'll probably save your mental health a lot.
Probably, yeah.
But all right, I told you I
There
was only going to keep you for an hour, and we are hitting that hour mark.
Okay.
So thank you, Roxy, for doing this. I
Yeah, no
appreciate it.
problem. No problem.
You want to do it again? We'll link something up.
Sure, yeah. Maybe not with JoJo's though.
Yeah, let's do something that might actually catch our attention, and we could discuss more than half an hour about it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we'll talk about it. We'll go over it. But you, about to say I'm gonna do my shill. So if you want to dip out, or if you just want to mute for a
Uh,
second.
sure. Yeah. Let me
Ah, ladies and gentlemen, that was the first Weeb Shit Wednesday. I wish I could have gave you guys more content. I really do. But JoJo's was just that first arc was not something I could really work with. That was the problem. It was a great build up, somewhat, little bit, not really. So if we do another anime or another Weeb Shit Wednesday, we'll find something that we can actually discuss. I'm going to do my little bit of shilling here. If you want to get a hold of me, that first funny little link right there is where you can find me on all social medias, including Twitter, YouTube, brand new episodes of the podcast, and Instagram. The second funny little link right there is to the Rage Pirates Discord, a place where freedom of speech and freedom of opinion is the number one priority. You can talk to me, Roxxie, Scornered, Piggies, and the rest of the Rage Pirates. You can come in there, tell us we're wonderful streamers, look at some of the wonderful art that Roxxie and Scornered make, or you can tell Scornered to fuck off like the rest of us do. The last one, I am part of a gaming org called Vice. Vice is filled with nothing but amazing people. The link right there will send you the link tree and will take you to all the social medias of all of the other Vice members. So, with that being said, I'm going to give this a proper send off. If you were here for 1 minute, 10 minute, an hour, or the entire thing, I greatly appreciate you. Have a safe night, sleep tight, have sweet candy coated dreams, and as always, keep your balls clean.